Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for episode number 34, I believe, of our local to global Lariat League wrestling series. And before any of you start typing in the comment section, I know Timothy Thatcher is on the screen, but I figured, we've got him for the next 2 shows, I think. So let's have him lose, because why not? Why not? And I wanted to see what Bobby Guns has been up to. We haven't used Bobby Guns in a while, and obviously he is the other half of Gunpowder, which are clearly no more. So I figured, hey, let's see how good he is. And unfortunately, you can see here, 59 from Bobby Guns. But I think that could be mostly due to his popularity. So maybe if we can get Bobby Guns some wins, he might be a good asset to have, because I'm a big fan of Bobby Guns. He was the first person I brought in. He was meant to be the leader, let's say, of Gunpowder, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, Timothy Thatcher just blew us away and continues to with an 85. But yeah, enough of Timothy Thatcher. We're here for the first 2 shows of December leading up to Clock Strikes 12. So our London's own tournament continues tonight with the quarterfinals. So we will have 2 semi-finalists confirmed in this show and 2 semi-finalists confirmed in the next show within this entire episode. And then next episode will be the 2 semi-finals, and the episode after that will be the final at Clock Strikes 12. But let's focus on tonight. We have got Pac taking on Dan Maloney in one of the quarterfinals. We've also got Tyler Bate and Leon Slater. And then in our next show, we have Ricky Knight Jr. taking on Shun Skywalker and Mark Andrews taking on Cara Noir. But we are here for the first show. And in the first pre-show match, the only pre-show match, Bobby Guns is just annihilating Timothy Thatcher. So we're kind of just using that to kind of give Bobby Guns a bit of momentum. I know that putting it in the pre-show kind of defeats the point of that, because you get less of a boost from the pre-show, but we're not putting Timmy on TV, as we already alluded to in William Regal's speech or announcement in the other episode. But hey ho, a 75, that would have been baller to put on the main show, but Bobby Guns gets the win, defeats him, makes him tap with a Boston Crab. Love that. Super simple. But let's head straight into the main show now, where we open with a London's own match. It is Leon Slater taking on Tyler Bate in our first quarter-final match. We open the show with an 83. My goodness, Leon Slater is just like boop, boop, boop. I mean, he didn't win, obviously. We just can see that here. But in a bout that had superb wrestling and good heat, Tyler Bate gets the win. He is our first semi-finalist, our former King of the Lariat League, proving that he could be London's own first champion. But he defeats Leon Slater by 1 fall, to nothing. Whoa! So that was a close one. This match was incredible. As we can see, an 83 got the show off to a strong start. The crowd on their feet for both men. Leon Slater defeated in the ring, unable to pull back a pin or submission from that early fall that Tyler Bate got. But post-match, the two stand in the ring. Tyler Bate helps Leon Slater to his feet, and they celebrate together, because Leon Slater, take a bow, son. This is very, very much deserved from you. Congratulations. But Tyler Bate is our first semi-finalist. So yeah, nice bit of sportsmanship from Tyler Bate. The kind of sportsmanship that we might want in London Zone's first champion. But that's not for us to decide. It's for the wrestlers, I guess, to decide by beating each other. Following on from this, William Regal is making an announcement. And that announcement is that in our next show, there will be a contract signing taking place between Drew Galloway and Ashton Smith. William Regal says a lot of stipulations have been thrown about for this match, so I want to make sure that we do it proper and we get it all on paper. So next show, Drew Galloway and Ashton Smith will be here in the ring to confirm the stipulations and sign the contracts for the main event of Clock Strikes 12. Following on from this, though, we've got some tag team action in our women's division. There's been a little bit of beef between Ayesha and Megan Bayne, so they've both been told, find a partner have a match, settle your differences in the ring. So in the next match, we've got Ayesha and Dani Luna taking on Megan Bayne and May Sarah, and a 70 rating, which again is awesome. We've got a match that has superb wrestling again. Ayesha and Dani Luna get the win when Ayesha pins Megan Bayne, with the tree slam. Dani Luna was the weak link, we don't care about that. Looking at the numbers here, Dani with a 52, Ayesha with a 66, May with a 70, and Megan Bayne with a 69. And funnily enough, Megan Bayne and May Sarah have excellent chemistry teaming together. So that is something that I will make a cheeky little note of. And got the crowd buzzing too. What a match. But clearly, as you can all probably assume, Megan Bayne is not happy. One, being on the losing side, and two, being the one to be defeated, and three, it be at the hands of Ayesha. So post-match, Megan Bayne just takes it upon herself to attack Ayesha on the outside of the ring. She is beating the living shit out of Ayesha, so much so that our security have had to come down and pull these women apart, escort one of them back up the ramp and the other one through the crowd, keeping them as far apart as possible because it got very, very volatile. And apparently Ayesha got a great catchphrase during this. I don't know, could be Megasus, more like Mega Pussy, I don't know. Maybe, that could work, who knows. We allow swearing in LLW. But yeah, that's crazy, we're going to have to see what happens there. But post-match, while the dust settles, security kind of get the barricades back in line, the crowd calm down. We've got a nice little VT from our boy Joe Anoa'i, in 88. So Joe is talking about how he is building his empire, saying that he is scouting the best in-ring talent from across the globe, not just LLW. He's going global. He's looking at Japan, Mexico, Canada, America, England, France, Australia, China, I don't bloody know. He just starts naming countries. He says that he's going global and he is going to bring this talent to LLW to dominate. And that starts at Clock Strikes 12 when he or his team win the Knights of the Lariat League title and they add both members of New Blood to the Anoa'i Global Empire. There's no Madoka Kakuta by his side because Madoka Kakuta, alongside New Blood, funnily enough, so Ishii and Diamante, and someone else, are busy at Dragon Gate tonight, which is annoying. Dragon Gate normally don't have a show on Fridays, which is why I booked the tapings for Fridays, but they randomly do now, so none of them are available, which does suck, and we will allude to a few other absences in the next show. But hey-ho, just imagine Kakuta's there, because he's not going to add anything to the segment. But yeah, great promo here from Joe, just teasing at what's to come, and we're very excited to see, first of all, if they can defeat his empire, can defeat New Blood, and, absorb them into the global empire, and who are the members? Because he said it's not going to be him in the match, he will be overseeing it, he's the overseer of the empire. So, very interesting that. But this does take us to the main event of this show, Lariat League in London. Pac taking on Dan Maloney, aka Driller Maloney, and the winner will advance to the semi-finals and take on Tyler Bate in 2 weeks' time. Who's your money on? Let me know. Let's find out. An 81. Oh, what a way to end the show. 80 plus shows. No, matches. Incredible. I mean, we're not small. We're medium. Come on. But in a bout that had superb wrestling again, of course it did. It's LLW. And great heat. Pac gets the win. He defeats Dan Maloney in a London's own match by 2-1. Pac with an 81. Dan Maloney killing it as well with a 74. But unfortunately that wasn't enough for Maloney to advance. Pac is in the semi-final. So far we have got 2 semi-finalists, Tyler Bate, Pac. Who is going to join them out of Cara Noir, Mark Andrews, Shun Skywalker and Ricky Knight Jr.? Let me know in the comment section before you see the second half of this show. But that is how we end our first show in this episode. Let's take a look. An 81 overall. What small company do you know that is averaging, 75 plus shows week in, week out, apart from Lariat League in London? Because I don't know them. I mean, actually, what medium-sized company is averaging points like this? I think it's about time we were just handed medium and just be done with it. But yeah, that is how we end this one. 2 semi-finalists, Tyler Bate, Pack, will face each other in 2 weeks' time. The animosity between Ayesha and Megan Bayne has come to a boiling point as well. We've got the contract signing coming up later in this episode between Ashton Smith and King of the Lariat League, Drew Galloway. And of course, Joe Anoa'i constantly reminding us that he is building a global empire. But yeah, that's it for this one. Let's go ahead, book the next show, and I'll see you guys in a mo. And we are back for the second show of the episode, and we are still at the casino rooms. I stuck with the casino rooms over the Crystal Palace Centre because even though the Crystal Palace Centre is bigger, for some reason we had less than 2,000 people. I don't understand that. But whenever we do the casino rooms, we sell it out at 2,000, and it's also, I think, half the price. So I figured we'll stick with casino rooms until it auto suggests a bigger venue, because clearly maybe travel's hard to get to the Crystal Palace place, whereas casino rooms is easier. Who knows? Anyways, you're not seeing double, I promise you. I've just booked the same match again because I don't know, I kind of want Bobby Guns to work. So I think for the next couple of weeks, maybe even months, I think I'm just going to pre-show this guy, get him on a hot streak, try and get that number up. It's already gone up a little bit. He's in 60 now. And see what we can do with him, because I feel like he could be a good character for the future. Maybe in the Prince's division or something, I don't know. But Timmy Thatcher again jobbing out and killing it as well, which is annoying. Ring of Honor are getting themselves a big talent. I'll be keeping an eye on how Thatcher does in Ring of Honor, because he produces 87s for me. I'd be interested to see what numbers he gets across the pond. But either way, 78, Bobby Guns gets another win, a little bit of momentum under his belt. He's also unhappy with me because I did kind of forget about him for a while. So I think giving him these big wins against a main eventer is probably going to cheer him up a bit, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, back again. Next show, we've got the final quarter-final matches. So let's just head straight into the show and see what's going on. But first, we have a Queen of the Lariat League title match. Rina Yamashita is a bit bored of waiting for clock strikes 12, so said to William Regal, put me in the ring against someone, I'll put my title online, and I'll win. And that she did. In a bout that had great wrestling in our opening show and a decent reaction from the crowd, Rina Yamashita defeats Zoe Lucas in 16 minutes with the Splash Mountain. Rina has made defense number 4 of her Queen of the Lariat League title with a 72 rated performance. Zoe Lucas with a pretty poor 47, but she is an LLW OG and got the show to a strong start, so you can't complain. 69, not bad. I keep having to remind myself that all we need is above 59 to, grow as a company. So when I see like a 69 or a 70, I'm like, oh, it could be better, but that's still amazing, because the fact that it says great wrestling shows how good it is. Either way, well done, Rina. Not much happens after this. She kind of just celebrates. She's like, bring on clock strikes 12. Steph DeLander, got no chance, mate. And then she moves on. Following on from this, though, we have our next London's own match. It's Ricky Knight Jr. and Shun Skywalker. And, oh, no, we don't. We've got a tag team match. Ignore me. It's Phantasmambo taking on the KO Squad. My notes are incorrect. But in a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, it is the KO Squad that defeat Phantasmambo in 17 minutes when Levi Muir pins Chuck Mambo. During this match, El Hijo was in the prime position to get the hot tag from Chuck Mambo, but just his heart wasn't in it. Normally, they're holding the thing, they're reaching over the top rope, but Phantasma just didn't seem fussed. And Chuck is kind of like, crawling on the ground and like, come on, reach, you can reach. But alas, he does not, which allows Levi and Anthony Ogogo to get the advantage and get the win. A big win for them, I'd say, because Phantasmambo are former champions. Are they? Are they? Maybe. Well, they're former contenders at least. You would have thought I'd know if they were former champions or not. I think they are. Either way, great win for KO Squad. What's going on with Phantasmambo? Has it got anything to do with when Anoa'i and Kakuta spoke to Phantasma? We'll have to wait and see. But next up, I think now, is the London Zone match. Ricky Knight Jr. and Shun Skywalker. Or it would be if Shun Skywalker wasn't so committed to Dragon Gate. So, William Regal announces that Ricky Knight Jr. auto advances in the London's own tournament, heading straight to the semi-finals, as Shun Skywalker is a no-show. But Ricky Knight isn't happy with just taking it. He comes out, well no, he's happy with taking it, but he comes out and just says, "This is a perfect example of why I should be the first London's own champion. The rules around being a London's own champion, the meaning behind being a London's own champion is to be celebrated and to represent Lariat League in London. And if you're too busy working for another company to represent Lariat League Wrestling, then you don't deserve to be in Lariat League Wrestling. So Shun, I hope you're enjoying wherever you are, because I'm in the semi-final and I'm heading straight to that final to become London's own." So yeah, nice little promo here from Ricky. The numbers there are dog shit just because his mic skills are dog shit. But Ricky Knight, he's a main eventer for in-ring work. But yeah, love Ricky Knight Jr., as do a lot of people in the comment section. So fingers crossed, he goes all the way. So that should be very interesting. You know, auto advance, gets to stretch his legs, rest him for a bit, while whoever he's facing is going to be in a grueling match later on tonight. Regal's announcements aren't done yet though, because he also, oh no, see, I've got it messed up again. I've got everything in the wrong order. We actually go backstage now, where Chuck Mambo is not his fun, lively self. He's just hit up El Hijo del Fantasma and just being like, "Yo, what is up with you, man? Has this got anything to do with when Anoa'i spoke to you?" And Phantasma's just like, "Just leave it. Just leave it. It's nothing. I'm sorry. My head was just wasn't in it tonight, okay? I'm sorry." And they kind of leave it at that, but there's definitely something going on, let's be honest. Again, not the highest rating, but we hit the 59, so can't complain. Obviously, it's these two talking among each other, neither of which have great, you know, acting, promo, mic skills. So, yeah, but 59 is still fine, and it advances the story. So, yeah. Now it should be William Regal's other announcement. Yes, it is, and that is that after the, you know, very disappointing post-match actions of Ayesha and Megan Bayne, the two of them are banned from competing in LLW and from being in the same ring. That is until clock strikes 12, where William Regal has created a singles match between the two of them, Ayesha versus Megan Bayne. And just to, you know, make things more interesting, because we know where it's probably heading, it will be a Falls Count Anywhere match. So anywhere within the arena, one of these women can pin or submit the other. So have at it, ladies. Have at it. So that is a big match announced for Clock Strikes 12. These two women will come to blow at the final show of the year in a Falls Count Anywhere. We've got some crazy matches. I mean, the London Zone match itself is a no DQ 20-minute Iron Man match. The main event of the show potentially is the Last Man Standing. We'll find out in the main event tonight. So yeah, Clock Strikes 12, you know, can't come soon enough in terms of, you know, the insane matches that we've got going on. But yeah, that is official, and I think that's one of the final matches announced for clock strikes 12. But next we have our final quarterfinal match. It is Cara Noir taking on Mark Andrews, a former Prince of the Lariat League, who has got kind of a fire lit inside of him because, you know, he's very pissed off that he loses the Prince's title and the man who defeats him has just dropped the title and is now leaving the company. So, you know, he wants a title back as soon as, just to show what a real champion is. And 78, nice. And in about that had superb wrestling and great heat. It is actually Cara Noir that gets the win. He defeats Mark Andrews in a London's Own match in 20 minutes exactly by 2 falls to 1, meaning that Cara Noir is in our semi-final and will be facing Ricky Knight Jr. in the semi-final. So our 4 semi-finalists are Tyler Bate, Pac, Cara Noir and Ricky Knight Jr. Cara Noir with a 69 performance here, Mark Andrews with a 75, outperforming Cara Noir, but maybe that fire inside of him got the best of him, and Cara was just a little bit more calculated in what he was doing. But nonetheless, Cara gets the win and advances into the semi-final. Normally, we end the show on a London Zone match, but we do have the big contract signing between Drew Galloway, our King of the Lariat League, and Ashton Smith. And here we are, the two men are in the ring. Ashton Smith has come out looking dapper as hell. You know, he's got his ankles on the show. He's wearing those nice black shoes, no socks, because he's that kind of guy. Nice little chain round his neck, you know. His beard's been brushed and oiled, you can see. Drew Galloway comes out, plaid suit, you know what he's like. Open shirt, he's got the chest hair bustling out. He's got the belt on his shoulder. And these two men are sat opposite each other with William Regal in the middle, you know, just kind of making sure that nothing gets too heated. And you know what? It doesn't. These two men have a lot of respect for one another. Ashton Smith has carried LLW for almost 2 years now, let's be honest. And Drew Galloway is a huge name, one of the biggest names to come out of Great Britain, the United Kingdom, in wrestling. And he's come to LLW to help, you know, elevate it and put it on a higher platform. So the respect between these two guys is high. Ashton Smith said that he's happy to stand by everything that he said in order to get this match. Drew Galloway said that he wants this match to be one to remember. He wants this to go into the record books as one of the greatest, and he thinks a stipulation such as a last man standing will do that. Ashton Smith says that he doesn't have much experience in last man standing matches, but he's got the fight, the grit, the determination, the Lariat way in his blood to make sure that he will be that last man standing. Drew Galloway, of course, just, you know, he's a monster, so there's that. So it is official. It has been signed by these two men. They shake hands and, you know, they do the whole pose for the pictures. Regal holds the belt up, passes it back to Galloway, and yeah, it's signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. The main event of Clock Strikes 12 is official. It will be the King of the Lariat League, Drew Galloway, looking to defend his title against former two-time King of the Lariat League and longest reigning King of the Lariat League ever, Ashton Smith, in a last man standing match. And should Ashton Smith lose, he will never be allowed to challenge for the King's title so long as Drew Galloway is the champion. And that is how we end our show. Let's see how we did. A 76, can't complain at all. Mwah, chef's kisses. So yeah, an interesting one. Kind of had to move it around a little because unfortunately Shun Skywalker, disappointingly again, this isn't the first time he hasn't been available when I've been wanting to use him, so I'm going to have to rethink that. Either try and get him on a permanent or just release him into the wild, you know. But yeah, Bobby Gunn's getting those wins in the pre-show. That's going to be a thing for a while. Rina Yamashita just, you know, keeping her body limber with that big win against Zoe Lucas. The KO squad taking advantage of the awkwardness, the I don't know what you even call it, the atmosphere in Phantasmambo, thanks to Joe Anoa'i. Ricky Knight Jr., Cara Noir book their place in the semi-finals. Cara Noir obviously having a much harder time in doing so. Ayesha Ray Megan Bayne has been announced for clock strikes 12 in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And then, of course, as we've just said, the main event has been confirmed. I'm very excited about this pay-per-view. London's Calling was awesome. I feel like this one, as it's a little bit more focused, could be that much better. But we will have to wait until the episode after the next, because we've got the semi-finals in the next one. And just to quickly confirm those again with you guys, Pac, Tyler Bate, semi-final 1. Cara Noir, Ricky Knight Jr., semi-final number 2. 2 of those men will be at Clock Strikes 12 to compete in a London Zone match to become the first ever London's Own champion. I'm excited. But that is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for sticking it out. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, do it all, and I will see you all in the next one.